But yeah, I'll do a little intro and then I'll just ask you questions. So welcome. We are here today with Anthony Gaunt, one of our agents. We are building out this session of videos around self-employed estate agents, and what it's like to be an agent, why people do it. Are they all crazy? Or is it just something that the future of the industry? And especially more than that, why do they choose the brand that they're with? We'll be interviewing our agents within Keller Williams and outside of, as well as other people within the property industry along this series. So today we are joined by Anthony Gaunt. How are you doing?
Yeah, very well, thanks, Ian.
Yeah, first time doing one of these, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, a little bit nervous, but
relax.
Yep.
It's all right. So again, today it's all about just a conversation. So it's about getting to know you, getting the wider world to know who you are as well, because not everybody's doing this, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody has thought, do you know what? I've come out of a state agency, because your story, obviously, you'll go into it in a second, is around how you've come out to it, come back in, but come in a different way.
Yeah.
So my first question, more than anything, is I'm super curious. What made you, firstly, get back into the industry? Maybe tell a bit about your backstory, and then secondly, why you thought self-employed would be the way to go rather than just going back into the high street.
Yeah, absolutely. So I began my estate agency career back in 2013. By the time we got to 2018, 2019, I was managing for a couple of high street agents. I then decided to leave altogether and go into the Royal Navy.
Okay. Big change.
Yeah, it was a big change, but it came at the right time. It was practically when COVID happened and everything shut down.
Right.
And then came out of the Navy, went into like the Home Office for a little bit, and then realised that that wasn't my calling anymore, and I wanted to have a lot more control over what I did. We've just welcomed a beautiful baby boy 6 or 7 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Now. Thank you very much. And that was my burning desire to really do something successful, so I can provide for him, provide for my family, provide for my missus,
Nice.
and also leave a little legacy for him. You know, let him grow up seeing someone that works hard, has discipline, and hopefully he'll learn those traits from myself. So I started looking in and around, going back into a estate agency, but never high street agency again.
Okay.
I started seeing loads of ads about self-employed models, and then as I was looking, as we know with the way Facebook works, things start popping up, and up you appeared doing one of your videos.
How unfortunate.
Yes. And then it very soon came to me that I actually knew you from previous, probably about 8 years ago now. So I made the initial inquiry to you, met you at the office, and I was pretty much sold straight away by everything that you showed me, everything that you did for me at the start as well. I was just so impressed, and I knew that KW was the way forward for me.
Amazing. So when you say that sort of leaving that legacy, that's sort of been the sort of the biggest burner for you to
Absolutely.
actually, is that what motivates you day to day as well, to get up, get out?
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, we're living in a world at the moment where it's very difficult, you know, financially, cost of living, things like that. And I just wanted to have a lot more control and freedom over what I did.
How you actually earn.
Absolutely. But while also making a name for myself, and just to be an inspiration and a leader for my new son, because if he sees the standards that I set, then I want him to follow in the same path as me, to then hopefully be successful for himself. But yeah, absolutely, it's my number one burning desire is to support my family. Yeah,
it's almost having that why, isn't it? It's having that why do you get up in the morning? Why do you do what you're doing? Most people, when they have children, it turns into kids. Before that's usually fast cars, houses, whatever else, right? Absolutely. But it almost gives that motivation.
Of course.
You said something about just going back. You said about getting set up and the support you had. With a lot of people coming into the sort of space, they're obviously worried about having to set up. What is it like? What do I have to do? There's so many things that I need to jump through. But how did you find that experience? Because I remember when I first came across it, it was exactly the same. I had that same sort of burning feeling. It sort of, then we sort of built and molded it. So how did you find that experience?
With the support that I was given, it was quite easy.
Yeah.
There was a lot that was written down that said that had to be done, but I was literally guided every single step of the way.
Yeah.
From you helping me with my business plan, to Michelle, constantly on video calls with me, sharing pages, showing me what I had to do, where I had to do it, how I had to do it. And it literally just made the process so simple. Yeah, it was actually quite easy, and I think I got done within probably a couple of weeks from start to end. Everything was set up within a couple of weeks. So
shout out to Michelle.
Yes.
Yeah. So with that, so then you've almost got, so within a couple of weeks you sort of got set up, business is done, your business plan is ready, you're sort of ready and raring to go. From that point there, then sort of having the business plan in place, saying this is how many leads I want to go and get, this is how much business I want to do. What action did you then take into place? Because a lot of people are fearful about the lead generation side of it, right? Yeah. If people on the high street, the brand gives me the leads, they don't. You always do the business. So after that couple of weeks, you're set up, you've done your AML, your ICO, limited company, you've got a bank account, you've got an accountant. It's all these new things that you've got going on. What then happened? What did you focus on?
So the first thing that I did was communicate to everybody that I know what I was doing.
Yep.
Shared it all over like my social medias. And one thing that I always loved about estate agency was lead generation. It was something that I was really strong at. So I got all of my admin together, all of my comp slips, and I was literally hitting Rightmove, hitting Zoopla, and I hit the road. And I was just relentlessly knocking on doors, posting leaflets through doors, looking online. Anybody that was looking to sell or rent a property, I was contacting them. Literally any way that I could introduce myself to people, I was doing it. And very quickly it started clicking into place.
So again, it always comes down when people, I like asking this question, what does lead generation mean to you? So if I said to you, lead generation, how would you explain it?
So the way that I would explain it is you don't get anything in life for nothing. If you really want something, you have to go out and get it. You can't just sit back and think, fantastic, I've got a business card, I've got a website, and I've got the brand behind me now. I'm just going to put up my feet, and eventually my phone's just going to start calling. It doesn't happen like that. You have to get out there. You have to be like a dog with a bone, and you just have to chase after absolutely everything that you can. Dropping leaflets, knocking on doors, calling strangers. You know, ultimately, every person that you're going to end up dealing with starts off as a stranger, and then you have to eventually you build that relationship with them.
I like that. It's almost everybody that you want to deal with, you don't know yet.
Absolutely.
But the people that you do know will obviously know those people that you don't know.
Absolutely.
So I think the simplest way of looking at it is like just speak to people. Right? You can't talk to a bricks and mortar. You can't talk to a house. Just go and talk to the people that are in it.
That's it.
Love it. So how's it going so far? When did you start?
Started in February.
Okay.
Very quickly got my first managed property on for lettings. And then since February, I've got a fair few sales sitting in the pipeline. I've already done my first completion.
Nice.
Last month.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Which was, pretty fantastic. I was over the moon about that. Got a lot more hoping to exchange over the next few weeks. Constantly bringing on new stock and constantly building new relationships with people. And the nice thing is I'm dealing with one person. They're then referring me to other people because they're really happy with the service that I'm providing them. So no, it's going actually a lot better than I first thought.
Really?
I know they say obviously the first 6-12 months is the hardest. And of course it is. You know, you have to build up that portfolio for yourself. But I've literally loved every minute of it. And it's literally going from strength to strength.
Amazing. So I've just said you've been, one word I love to say is the consistency of it. You've been very consistent, even with having a baby, all these things going on in your world, just having that consistency of how am I still lead generating, how am I still building, having conversations with people. And I have to say it's good to see because most people, it becomes tough and they fail. All right, so but you said one thing there as well about lettings and property management.
Yes.
You know me, and viewers, you know me as well. Property management and lettings is sort of my encyclopedia in my head. I'm like reading white papers about rentals. I'm weird like that. But that's obviously how I first met you at Your Move. You were doing rentals as well, weren't you? So it's with a lot of a self-employed estate agency at the moment, people just speak about sales. That's all the content I ever seem to see. Is around, I'm selling this house, the sales, if you're a first-time buyer. That's like the glamorous big money, right? But building a portfolio. So we've had this conversation time and time again. So why did you find that so important that you needed to build that lettings proposition within your business as well?
So like you, lettings is my main background. And I have seen over the years the benefits of building up a lettings portfolio. Because it's one of them things where you're meeting all of these landlords, and they might have multiple properties. They know other landlords. They might sell their property, but not just that. It's about building up that portfolio. So then you're constantly covering yourself. You know, so next month now, you know, I should be pretty much in a position where all my outgoings are covered from my passive income, from my management portfolio. So it relieves that stress a little bit for me. So now it just allows me to really focus on new instructions, sales and lettings. But lettings is so important. And it's like you said, a lot of people talk about sales, but I do love the graft of lettings. I love getting that holding deposit in. You know, moving that tenant in for the landlord and building that long-term relationship with them. So it's really.
I think it's almost one of the main keys is that long-term relationship.
Absolutely.
You sell someone's house, yes, you're going to stay in touch with them, and most agents don't. You're going to stay in touch with them, and then years down the line, they might resell from you, and they're going to refer you to other people. But with that management portfolio, and especially landlords, it's like, well, one of my landlords, I still look after a lot of his properties at the moment. I first met him when I was 18. So it's like, but we're almost buddies now, rather than a working relationship. But it's then, how do you then that cycle of tenants are usually second-class citizens within the real estate space, but they're your first-time buyers, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're your sellers, and then it's so on and so forth.
And not just that as well, but you know, you deliver that great service to that tenant. They're also then going to refer you. They're going to write you that glowing review. So for me, it's you give them just as good as a service as you do the landlord, because ultimately you're going to be dealing with all of them at the same time. So it's about looking after, just delivering that service, no matter who they are. It's all about service. 100% of the time.
I think if you focus on that, we speak a lot about value proposition, right? So what is your value proposition? If you've never looked at your value proposition, make sure you just dive into it, because if you don't understand what you bring and what you give, you can't control it, right? No, so have you mapped out a value proposition of what you offer and where you want it to be, or where it is right now?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something that's being highlighted quite a lot from like my Google reviews. How consistent I am. You know, I always deal with something. If I say I'm going to do it, you can guarantee that I'm going to do it. You're not having to call me. You're not having to chase me for something. I am literally a man of my word. If I don't know the answer, I will find out the answer for you. I will help you wherever I can. I will do what I can for you. And it's just about honesty and integrity with people, because I think this industry takes a lot of criticism for dishonesty. And ultimately, all that's going to do is affect your name and your brand. I like to think as well, obviously coming from that forces background now, that's something that I've really carried through with me. Are those core principles that we should have as human beings.
Do as I say, not as I do, but just do what you say you're going to do, right?
Absolutely.
So I've always learned that always under promise, over deliver. So almost you exceed what you're going to do all the time. Especially when it comes to say with sellers, like sellers get estate agents get a lot of slack, because it's usually things like overvaluing, low communication, things like that. But especially with landlords as well, there's so many people out there who set up these lettings businesses and just take the money and do nothing with it. So I think it's almost that, how do you go above and beyond? So with sort of your journey so far, has there been sort of an aha or a breakthrough moment that you thought, this is what I'm doing, and all it's going to do is go up?
Yeah, so particularly I'd say the last few weeks.
Yep.
Obviously, when baby was born, obviously had to take a little bit of time out.
Yep.
But things just kept coming in. Things were still selling.
Yeah.
I sold more properties while I was on paternity leave than I have done.
Yeah.
And that was because of the hard work that I'd put in before.
Yeah.
So now all the hard work that I've put in over the last few months is really starting to come together now.
Yeah.
Especially this week. There's a lot happening that I'm really excited about to hopefully be able to bring to the table in the next few weeks,
Nice.
which I'm really confident on. And again, that's all just come through looking after a landlord from the beginning, and now he's looking after me with multiple properties. He's trusted me to deal with the stuff that needs to be done with it. So I would definitely say the position that I'm in now is much better than I actually originally thought I would be within 5 months.
Yeah. And I think you said the key point that we keep coming back to is almost that the serviceability of what you do. So when you talk about sort of these landlords, where have you found these landlords? These people you've dealt with before? Is this new referrals that people are sent to you? Or
yeah, so they're coming from all over the place. Yep. That particular landlord I'm talking to you about, that was a referral from a lady that I met, a tenant that lived in a property downstairs, and I was doing the viewing upstairs. Yeah. Just happened to have a conversation with her. Yeah. And she took my card, and before I know it, this landlord was ringing me. I've got this property. I've got that property. She just recommended you, and from them we've built a really good relationship. So yeah, love a referral. Yeah, absolutely, all day long.
Well, especially a referral. It's almost if someone was like, I need a car garage or I'm looking to buy a car. Can you just give me a car garage to go to? Because it's almost that trust that you're looking for, right? Yeah. There's so many people out there that are untrustworthy, or they're rip people off, or they're overcharged for things. It's always that. How do you build that? As I would say, know, like, and trust. Getting someone to know you is quite easy. You give them a wave, give them a smile. To like you, shake their hand, say they look nice, give them a smile again. But getting to trust you is one of the hardest things, especially in the industry we're in. So other than you communicating and doing what you say you're going to do, how else would you say you build that trust with people?
Just by, I said, always like being there on the phone, for example, if they need me. Yeah. Not leaving them hanging on for answers. Being consistent. Consistency is so important, because then people know that they can rely on you. Yeah. And they know then that they can trust you. Yeah. I'm not going to tell them something if it's not true. Yeah. Even if they don't like what I've got to tell them. Yeah. And I'll always say that to a landlord or a vendor. I'll always be upfront with you. It's my opinion. You might not like what I've got to say. Yeah. I'm obviously not going to come and say it in a way that you think, what's this guy going on about? But I have to be open and honest with you. Yeah. Because that's how fundamentally we're going to achieve what we're trying to achieve. Yeah. I've had a situation just now where I was going for a price reduction, and the vendor was like, no. And then he's come back to me and said, right, let's do the price reduction, what you've said. Yeah. And we've sold it within a matter of 24 hours once we've done that price reduction. Yeah. So at first, I don't think he quite liked what I was saying, but then he started realising, and now it's like, I'm so grateful for everything that you've done. Yeah, it's just bringing that knowledge and bringing that experience. Yeah,
and I think, do you find that, so with vendors, tenants, landlords, everyone within the industry, even other agents we have to deal with within chains or property management takeovers, do you think education is a big piece in that then? Because I sit there sometimes, everyone must know that. Yeah. But they don't. Yeah. And that's why sort of the content is key of what we can share. So do you think that education is a key part of it?
I do. I think also it's because there's a lot of conflicting methods that certain agents bring. So you're not going to name names, but we'll tell them that their property is worth 100 grand more.
Overvaluing,
overvaluing. So when it comes to you, you're actually open and honest with them, showing them all the particulars, why you're saying this. Yeah. It's, well, we were told we'd get an extra 100 grand. And then 4 months later, they've had 2 price reductions, and they're still sitting on.
2 nervous breakdowns, and
this is
and then you're there to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we've obviously got overvaluing, which we know is in the industry is rife. How would you overcome the overvaluing piece? So if the vendor thought the property was worth, I don't know, 700,000, you think it's worth 6. How do you overcome that with somebody? Again, I'm curious how you do it. I've got a sort of technique and how I do it. But
yeah, absolutely. So first things first is comparables. Yep. Asking them why they think it's worth that £700,000.
Yep.
Then showing them the actual evidence of what's sold in the area.
Yep.
And then it's a case of, it's how we market it as well.
Right.
So it might be a case of, all right, well, you might get 700, but if you advertise it at 700, you're not going to get anybody through the door.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, what we need to do is get the people through the door, and we can negotiate you an offer upwards. A lot of people seem to be under the impression that they put it on for high, and people will negotiate down.
Yeah.
But if there's no one coming through the door, then we're not in a position to have that any negotiation powers whatsoever.
You can't negotiate with yourself, can you?
And I don't like negotiating downwards.
Yep.
So I said to a vendor yesterday, I'd much rather come to you and tell you I've got you £20,000 more than coming to you with an offer £20,000 less than what you was expecting.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's just trying to, like you said, educate them. Yeah. Not in a condescending way, but the market is constantly changing. Yeah. So if you can provide me evidence of why you think it's worth £700,000, then I'll accept that. But here's my evidence of why it's worth 600,000.
Yeah, and I think it's almost. I like what you said about showing them the comparable evidence you got. So what I found is a lot of people would actually take things that they've pre-printed. Yeah. So I like to just get the laptop open, get on their Wi-Fi, and say, "Look, let's look at this together. Yeah. Like, let's explore this." Especially like landlords' portfolios. The whole work of it is almost, how do we look at this together? Yeah. It's not. I don't work for my clients. We work together, right? And that's how I see it very much as an industry, rather than the agents working for somebody else. It's just as a collaboration. Yeah. And I find a lot of agents don't work with each other. I don't know how you find it, how you see it. It's collaborations could be a much easier thing, and I think it's changed over the years. But so, have you worked with other agents and sort of done splits, referrals? How's it work with you?
Yeah. So I mean, there's, especially under the KW branding, there's a lot of us in and around the area. Yeah. And I've had a couple of them help me out on viewings, and then vice versa. Yeah. I'm passing people over to other agents that have got a property and I've got an applicant for it. Yeah. So it's just about, like I said, working together. Yeah. Because fundamentally that's going to then come back on us. So then if I've got a property but they've got an applicant, but they haven't, they're going to refer them on to me, and then together we're working that KW brand. Even though we are independent as such, we are still working for the same goal, and we're all still part of KW. So let's work as a team where we can and help each other out, because then we're delivering an even better service. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think that especially when you're looking at more localized, it's with how you've built it so far. What our training we were going through, when you said about how do you create more competition within pricing a property. So like using the 3 C's, we go through that on our initial training. So competition, choice, control. Yeah. So with you building something in your local area, what's next? What are you looking at now? What is sort of Ant's half year 2 plan of building further? Yeah, so I want to try and move out a little bit further in terms of geographically. Okay. I would like to start trying to get over to as well towards like the Croydon postcodes. If it's to believe what's happening, a lot's going to be happening in Croydon. Yeah. Especially now with Westfield's taking over the lease of the Whitgift Centre. It looks like that might finally be happening after 15 years or whatever. So for me, though, it's just still just doing exactly what I'm doing. Yeah. Because as long as I keep doing what I'm doing correctly, I'm still going to be getting them results. I'm not going to get complacent. I just have to keep that foot firmly on the gas. Pushing. Yeah, and whether it's in my local area, whether it's a couple of miles out, I'm still going to deliver the same service. I'm still going to do exactly what I say I'm going to do. Yeah, love it. And with this whole journey, we've been talking about sort of how you got set up. Obviously, growing family. There's all these things going on. How do you balance your, people say work-life balance. I like to call it a life-work balance. Yeah. Because your life is more important than your work. So how do you balance that sort of day to day? Well, I mean, firstly, since I started KW, it's the first time that I've actually started noticing grey hairs in my beard. Like, that's not even an exaggeration.
That's why you got to keep going with the skin fade.
Yeah,
It's just easier.
Absolutely. But look, it's about that. It's about finding that balance. So for me, I treat it as if I was going out of the door, for example, at 9 o'clock, and I was finishing at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
But it gives me that freedom and that flexibility. If I need to go and do something for the family, I can book that in. And then when it generally gets to about 5:30 p.m, that's it. I come out of work mode for at least an hour or so.
Yeah.
So I can spend that quality time with the family.
Yeah.
And then if anything that needs to be dealt with, particularly like if it's admin and it can wait, that can wait till the evening when everybody's in bed and I've got that time to really focus on it.
Yeah.
And again, it's right. Well, we want to go and do this on this weekend, for example. So I'll just make sure that weekend either I book it off, book myself out, or if something is pressing, I know, like has happened previously, I can rely on one of the other KW agents to help me out. And that's what the really lovely thing about it is that we're not actually alone. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to go and ask one agent to go and do 50 viewings for me in a day.
Don't ask me that.
But it'll just the odd one here and there.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm always going to return the favour because it's so important that you're present at home. You can't get overwhelmed with it. When your phone's just constantly pinging off.
Take over.
It can. And I think at the start it did.
Yeah.
It really did. I was still on the phone at 10, 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. And I've started to realise now that can't happen because I wasn't present. No. And if I'm doing this for my family, it's no good just saying, well, we're going to have this, that and the other. It's all about me being there for them as well.
Yeah, you got to look after yourself.
Yeah.
Because without you, without your mind, without your body, it's that just got me thinking there. Because this week I've just been flat out working really late. Yeah. I'm thinking, why have I done that? It's probably why I'm so tired today. Yeah. But, so right, you've started your journey. You've reached out. You're doing really well. You're doing lettings. You're building your property management portfolio. Because again, it's at the end of the day, that's the only thing that's going to be a saleable asset in your business later on in the future, right? Mm-hmm. Your work-life balance. You've looked at sort of the onboarding of what that experience is like. So with like the tools that you use day to day, is there anything that obviously we Keller Williams and Keller Williams Advantage we provide you with sort of your CRMs and everything else? Is there anything that you sort of lean more into that will give you more leverage in your business that you use currently, or you're thinking about using in the future? Yeah.
So at the moment, I'm just about to do my like Meta paid ads.
Okay.
Which also, again, is something that KW are assisting me with. Yep. The thought of me doing that on my own, I wouldn't have a clue, and it would go wrong, and I know nothing would come out of it. Yeah. But again, at KW have such an amazing admin team. They've literally drawn me up a plan of what needs to be done. Yeah. They've organised absolutely everything for me. Yeah. So now all I have to do is do my recordings.
Record it.
Yeah, record it. Yeah. And then send that on to them. They're going to do all the editing for me. Yeah. And then we're going to start really pushing that out. Yeah. To try and get some digital presence. Yeah. Trying to reach out to people that aren't on the market yet, sales or lettings. Yeah. So then hopefully I can be that first point of contact.
Yeah. And I think especially with any ads or especially the content that you do day to day, because obviously we've spoken about it, is there's imagery content, but video content goes a lot further. And like, I appreciate this, like almost like I invited you today. It's like the most scariest thing when you're first doing it. I remember the first video is like, "Hello, my name's Ian. This is what I do." It's the more comfortable you get with it, and if it's something that you enjoy doing or you enjoy speaking about, it becomes a lot easier. Yeah. So when it comes to, again, people say, we don't have an office. We do have an office. You come and work in, right? You weren't in today. But there's a space you can come into, but you haven't got a high street presence, which a lot of agents think that you need. If you look at it in a way of your digital shop front, that's then when you need to look consistent, slick, whatever else. So have you, other than your sort of meta ads you're doing, have you got a plan to do other sort of educational content for landlords, for vendors, for buyers? Is that in the plan moving forward?
Yeah, of course, it's in the plan moving forward. It's just everything has to be done step by step.
Yeah.
You can't just throw yourself into absolutely everything, because again, that's when you're gonna start getting really stressed out.
Yeah. Or things slip up.
Or and things go seriously wrong. Absolutely. So it's about let's nail this first.
Yeah.
And then we can then move on to the next step.
Yeah.
There's that great saying that everyone says that like Rome wasn't built in a day. It wasn't.
Huh.
It takes time.
Yeah.
You don't climb a ladder from the bottom right to the top. You have to go step by step.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same with this. It's just small steps will get you a lot further than just trying to leap in all at once, which again I think I did at the start. Yeah. And all right, it's
how many different things can I do and how quick can I do it?
Yeah, but then again you're doing that, and then that's when you do start forgetting to call people back. You forget to do what you said you was going to do. Yeah. So you have to look after yourself. Yeah. At the same time.
And do you find like the systems and sort of the operationally how sort of the office is set up, they help you with that, so just keep you on track?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So obviously there's weekly meetings with Andrew.
Yep. Shout out Andrew.
Yeah. On the phone, and then once a month in the office with Andrew.
Yeah.
And again, he goes through anything new that's coming for KW. And every time I go to meet Andrew, it's not you have to do this, you have to do that. It's everything that he's talking to me about is to help me develop and get better and really improve my business. Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
Love it. So with that as well, so education, training, things like that, is that something that's important to you?
Of course it is. Yeah. Because I don't know everything.
No.
And anyone that says they do, it's pretty ignorant. It's always nice to learn. Yeah. Always nice to learn. I'm 36, and I actually got my bachelor's degree 2 days ago.
Oh, congratulations.
At the Open University, and somehow I got first class honours. I don't know how I did that, but I'm somebody that always wants to keep learning. Yeah. I love learning. I love helping to teach people as well, which is something I want to be able to do in the future with KW. Is help other people.
Start building out a group of people around you.
Absolutely, in the same way that I'm being helped now. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many times I've called you and asked for your advice or your help with something, and you've always been there. Yeah. To answer that question for me if I haven't known the answer. So yeah. So
what you're trying to say, I'm better than AI.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I think sometimes you just need that. Someone you can just pick up the phone and say, this is, you may know the answer in your head. Yeah. But usually when you used to sit in an office, it'd be like you turn around and go, so-and-so, what do you think about this? Yeah. It's just picking up the phone and say, this is what I'm thinking. What do you think? Yeah, look, you're on the right track, but sometimes you just need a voice to help you think. It's that I won't take credit for it all, because it's just sometimes you just need to be, that's fine. Yeah. Or try it this way, or it's just always that tweak, isn't it? So I'm not an encyclopedia. I'm not Google. I'm not ChatGPT. It's almost that sometimes it's just nice to have that. And I think I've spoken to people within other models, and they don't feel like they've got that. Yeah. But I think that support, working together, collaboration, not just within Keller Williams but outside, it's almost a big thing that we can try and do. So because my mission sort of slightly different, because it's about changing the industry, helping people to be able to do that step by step. But I think it all comes down to the why, right? Always comes down to why the hell are you crazy enough to drop everything to build a business from scratch? Yeah. Cool. Is there anything that you can give to people? It's obviously got so someone who's looking to do this. Someone thought, do you know what? I've been looking at this for ages. I've seen it growing. Any sort of advice or anything you'd say to them, a sort of mindset status, if they're thinking about reaching out, or if they haven't explored something yet, is there anything sort of advice you would give them?
I would just say, if you are seriously considering it, sometimes you just have to do it. Yeah. The more and more you think about something, the more the negative side of your brain will try and put you off it. Yeah. So
the old chimp paradox.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So just go for it. Yeah. But do it with the right people around you. Yeah. That right support, which is again something that I've got from KW. If I just tried doing this on my own, without any sort of franchise backing, it would be very, very difficult. Yeah. Pick up that phone, send that email, get that advice. Sit down with yourself, for
Just
example.
explore it.
Find out what you can do for them. But yeah, ultimately, like, you have one life.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna regret the things you did on your deathbed, but you'll definitely regret the things you didn't do.
Yeah.
So like, just go for it, because you know what you put into it is what you get out.
Yeah.
And if you do have that burning desire, you will do very well.
Love that. We're kind of like a little mindset,
Yeah.
pick you up podcast
Absolutely,
video.
yeah.
So with that in mind, so someone just to reach out, explore it, right? I don't think people actually understand it enough. They say, you like a purple bricks. Next person that says it to me, I'm going to trip them over.
Yeah.
It's always about like exploring it to truly understand it, right? Before you can say anything bad about it. So you've got your flexibility, your freedom, but it's your choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've obviously got brand guidelines and things like that, but you do things the way you want to do it. You talk to the people the way you want to talk. Is there anything, one of my final parts actually, is there anything that you would regret and you would go, but it's only been 5 months, right? It's fairly new, which is nice to have an interview with someone who's just come into it. Yeah. Is there anything that you would go back and do different?
I would, if anything, I would have done it a lot sooner.
Okay.
Seriously. I've waited till, like I said, 36 to do it.
Yeah.
And I really wish I had done it 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Seriously, I do. I hadn't even really crossed my mind in that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wish I had done it a lot sooner than when I'm actually doing it now. Yeah.
Did you think about it back then, though?
No. Because also I was in the forces.
Oh, yeah.
I was doing what I was doing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's only when you come out and think, right, well.
What now?
And then it's like, well, what was I really good at? Actually, yeah, I was really good at estate agency. I was really good at lettings. I was really good at building relationships, doing lead generation. But I wasn't very good at working for the man.
Working for the man.
Yeah. You know, being told what to do, when to do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you still have to have that core discipline.
Definitely. I think, as you said about sort of the weekly calls, the monthly meetups as well, it's not about how we're trying to push somebody to do what we want to do. Mm-hmm. It's about, look, you set your goals, right? You said you want to achieve this in 3 years. How do we help you do that? Yeah. And I think if having a coach, having an accountability partner, you look at the top people in the world, either in the armed forces or within sports or whatever, they all have their coach, right? They all have accountability.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people are like, I don't need someone to tell me what to do. It's like, no one will tell you what to do unless you want to do it. Yeah. So I think accountability is probably a key thing when it comes into sort of going self-employed, or I don't really like the word self-employed. It's 2 words actually. Going into sort of business ownership, because it's about how do you want it, how do you think it should be, but then who's going to hold you accountable to be actually help you get there. Yeah. So getting your mindset right, reach out and have a conversation. It's just the simplest thing that you can say to anybody. Yeah. Good. Is there any sort of final comments? It's got a bit calmer then, didn't it? It's right at the beginning. It's like,
yeah, it did. Yeah. Loosened up.
It's just having a conversation. But it's the same when, imagine when you first started listing properties, you went into someone's front room. It's not doing it again and again and again and again. It's just
natural now.
It is, because I think a lot of people, you can see people when they're genuine or false. Yeah. And I think a lot of people this is not a dig towards corporate environment stage. Say, look, there's a place for everybody, right? It's very much, if you're being structured or told how you can be, it makes you feel you look and feel a bit more uncomfortable. Maybe I'll post one of my first videos on this to show what I was like. It was really not nice at all. I only threw up. But then you can be you. You haven't got to try and be somebody else. You can be you, do what you want within reason. As long as you're still a nice person, right?
Absolutely.
But nice people that aren't nice wouldn't do this job. But I think it's almost just being, what's the word I'm looking for? Authentic. So just being an authentic person, but that's what people buy into, and that's what they trust, and that's what they love. Anthony, it's been a pleasure, mate.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Cool. How's that?
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Good.
They said it got a
bit more calm.
Yeah. Look forward to looking back on it.
It's good because all we're going to do is just like splice these up. So I'll take these into little outtakes as well, because it's because they're like regimented questions. It's like now you can just sit back and this, and you almost have those little bits.
Yeah.
But I think that the more the more we do it, and that's why I'll probably do these bi-weekly. Feel free to come along and have little splices, but I might do a longer session with a couple of different people, because it's the more you do it, the easier it becomes. But yeah, I think. But if you look at the quality of it,
I know. Literally, I've walked in here and I'm like, wow.
You said to me the other day, like, can I use your microphone and stuff in the office? It's like, yeah, that's all good.
But when you said that, I got straight into Mashika and I was like, Ian said I can use the studio. She's like, oh yeah, I'll have it ready to you over tomorrow, tonight, sorry. Again, straight over to me. And I was like, right, here we go. It was only when I was walking here, I was like, what? Actually going into the studio, like.
Shout out to Michiko as well. So.
Yeah, definitely,
but it's all these little things that really, really make a difference. And I think the more we explore, so anything that we roll out to you guys, I would always try myself. It's nothing that will actually pull out, because if it doesn't, if I don't believe in it, it doesn't work. It's like when you spin a corporate firm, like a corporate companies, and you have to refer to solicitor. But I know them. Like, why am I going to refer them? So it's always these little things. But again, it's it's good.